Welcome back, everyone, to VGL. I am RavenVal95.
And I'm icebear.
And we are stupid. We are really, really stupid. We just recorded the entire episode without the audio. So we're doing it again.
Yeah.
So if we say like something too early, then that's why, because we think like we've already done this, because we already have. I've essentially watched this video now like 4 times, because I played through it, I edited it, and I watched it before, and now I'm watching it again.
Good news is you get to edit it again, just in case you miss anything.
Oh yeah, I have to edit it again.
Yep, we got to like 20 minutes through in this video, and then
no, we got to the very end of the video.
No, yeah, it ended, and I said, Raven, neither of us have been recording this entire time. Who the hell have we been talking to besides each other?
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that was that. To bring some context into this, we're talking about to Pritchett about the fact that Sarif has the hole that he's plugged in the firewall was put there by Sarif, and he's been streaming data through it, and he's hiding something, as Pritchett is saying right now. So yeah.
And apparently that's related to the attacks that happened on Sarif 6 months ago, so we're really like, what the hell? Is this Sarif, creating an attack on Sarif for whatever reason? Is he trying to mess up his own, place? What's going on? So yeah, now we're going to be talking to Sarif. Actually, we're going to be talking to William Taggart first.
Yes, do tell us about William Taggart, because I don't have the energy right now.
William Taggart is the founder of Purity First, I think. Humanity Front, something like that?
Humanity Front.
Humanity Front.
Purity First is the militant wing of it, I think.
Yeah. He's... fuck, what was he?
Mr. Jensen, isn't it?
For some reason,
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
I don't know.
You have later, but you skipped it. But yeah, you're talking to Bill Taggart now, and he's the founder of the Humanity Front.
Yes, he's the founder of Humanity Front, and fuck, doing this again, it's really messed up my brain, because I'm trying to think of what I have said and what I haven't said. And I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm just going to assume I haven't said anything. Yes, so William Taggart is the founder of the Humanity Front, and he's against, augmentations being done, because he doesn't believe that we should have the ability to control our evolution. He thinks, that's unnatural and stuff like that, and it's inhumane, sort of, because, if we start attaching robots to ourselves, then, what... Are we really, not robots to ourselves, but if we start attaching these mechanical pieces to ourselves, it's only a matter of time before we're all robot and not human, so that's why that's why his whole humanity thing is important, because he wants that sort of stuff.
That's why he's a suspect as well, is because, obviously
Sarif Headquarters is one of the biggest companies that do augments, and he is against augments. Maybe he has something to do with that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Also, just one thing I really liked, his secretary interrupted the thing, saying, "Sir, we really have to go." And the way, because it had that camera view of Jensen, but it took Jensen out of focus and brought his secretary into focus, and then switched back for that line. I thought that was quite a nice touch.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, that's a very nice little sort of shot. You see that stuff a lot in movies, but it's not so common in games. Yeah, exactly. Most of the time, they don't even have depth of field.
Yeah, you take it as read in the film, but in that one, they have given it some thought.
Yeah, it's very nice. There are a lot of small details in this game, and that's really one of the things that I like about Deus Ex Human Revolution. It's just the number of tiny details they put into everything. It's awesome. You just get
kind of surprised that they haven't made any more, off the back of this.
Well, they have.
Well, I meant since. Besides, Deus Ex The Fall, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's not a full release game, is it, though? Well, it's not a full release, what I mean is a full major title. I don't know. I don't know what the term is for it, but you know what I mean.
It's like a retail game. Yeah, it's not retail. It's like $10 or something like that. And it was originally made for iOS and Android, and then it got ported to PC. We should do that maybe next time. do Deus Ex the Fall after this, because it's the sequel to Deus Ex the Fall is the sequel to Icarus Effect, the novel, I think it is. Because that's one of the big things about Deus Ex. They like to have lots of different story and different pieces of media. So they'll probably do like, they might do like a TV show or a movie, but they also do like novels and games and stuff like that. And so there's lots of, like, they say that there's going to be a sequel to Deus Ex the Fall, but it's probably not going to be a game because, you know, they're crazy like that. Because I mean,
I like the storytelling though. It's kind of like Philip K. Dick almost, who's the guy who wrote Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which became the film Blade Runner.
Oh, I've got to admit something. I've not seen Blade Runner.
That's okay. It's not really the same as it's like a different thing to the books, really.
I feel like I should watch Blade Runner before we continue on like with this series, because everyone I know says like Deus Ex and Deus Ex Human Revolution are all very Blade Runner inspired, and it's just like I should watch this if it's all Blade Runner inspired.
I agree. It's got different views on like I mean there are some like huge differences in terms of the setting. Like in the books, the Earth is kind of like a wasteland almost, and there's not many people who live there now, and there's colonies in space. And the idea is that androids are outlawed on Earth, and they're allowed in the space colonies, but there are bounty hunters who track down the androids and have to work out if they're actually androids or human.
Okay, that's interesting.
There's a really cool thing that isn't in the films as well, which is that there's very few real animals left on Earth, and so they become like a luxury item, like sports cars are today.
Yeah.
But some people have like robotic animals, just as a pretense. But some people actually have like real animals and just like have like a sheep on their roof or something like that, and that's like an object of esteem. So yeah,
that's pretty interesting. I wonder like how much a panda would go for, because they're already pretty fucking rare.
Let's face it, if the Earth's like pretty much fucked, the pandas went long ago.
yeah, they most likely did. I wouldn't be surprised if like, you know, Deus Ex Human Revolution is set in 2027, so I wouldn't be surprised if by 2027 pandas are extinct, because they don't care. They're just like, whatever, YOLO.
Yeah. But I attempted to mate last year.
And it's not even like they successfully did it, they just attempted to do it.
Yeah, I'm still tired from it.
Just, please, leave me alone. I've got some bamboo that's need eating. I don't care if I'm not supposed to eat bamboo and I'm supposed to be eating meat. I want my goddamn bamboo.
Anyway, to get back to the point, because I guess we've kind of sidestepped it, but we are now challenging Seraph about the hole in the firewall.
Yep.
And so we're trying to keep him on the defense, but also we're trying not to push it too far, because he is our boss.
Yeah.
But we also want to get to the truth of this. And what you were talking about is that you like the subtlety of this conversation, because he's hiding something that's so closely related to the attack, it leads you to believe that he is in some way involved in something, really underhanded. But as you're going to find out, it's not as severe as you thought. But the way that makes you think and the way the story sort of builds it up and you sort of have to approach it is really well done.
Yeah.
The data you're so nervous about is
little I think he just... Oh, that was interesting. I just noticed that sort of like he mentioned Megan and all that, and he sort of like was confused as to like why he brought it up, and he that really got him like shaken, because like he messed up, because I don't know if I want to. Basically, he has information about Megan that he's not letting Adam in on. That could really like ruin their relationship together. I say it like their boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah.
And that's what I was saying in the previous thing. It sounds kitsch now, but yeah, no. Sarah, we were both agreed, is well characterized because he treads a fine line between being a total sleazebag and also like your good friend. And he can, he can be kind of an asshole at times, and he can also be quite pally and chummy.
Yeah.
Both pally and chummy at the same time, no less. There we go.
It's not that I'm afraid to tell you the truth. It's just that Honestly, I'm afraid you'll take it the wrong way.
I love how that bit's voice acted, though.
Alright.
I'm afraid you'll take it the wrong way.
But Mom!
I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigation.
But, yeah, I guess so. We should tell them what's going to be on the computer now. Basically, Adam's being set up.
What?
That's why he was fired from SWAT, because some dickhead there didn't really like Adam, so he just made it look like Adam was going crazy, you know, suffering from PTSD, didn't have any respect for command, stuff like that. But everyone, like, this private investigator spoke to was basically saying, Adam? Yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah, I like that guy. And so it was just really weird how there was such a big difference between what this one report said and what literally everyone else said about Adam. And there's also the fact that Adam's parents are not his real parents.
Yeah.
Which is good because, you know, which is good because, you know, otherwise, you know, when the whole big secret thing that comes out where, you know, Adam's, you know, like DNA is magic and all that, like if that came out, like I'd have, and if it turned out like I had like some crazy special powers relating to augments and all that, like, and I didn't need this drug like that literally the rest of the world needed, I'd probably have some questions for my parents, like be like, hey, do you guys need this drug? No? Okay, what's up with that? But since, you know, they're dead and all that, or different and all that, it is pretty cool. And they do mention later on, like there is another side quest bit that goes on much later in the game where we do get some sort of more information about what happened with his parents. And yeah, so it's not just like Adam reads that, oh, my parents aren't my real parents, oh well, that's it. Because there actually is more information than that. Do I read the 5th email? Because
I don't know. Let's find out.
Damn it. I better not have missed the last email. There better not be like a shit ton of like extra info that I've missed.
Yeah. The subject of the email is just like, wow, this stuff makes the previous stuff I found out look like crap.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's weird that Jensen's mum was like deemed to be unfit as a parent and yet had a job in this lab, like quite a high responsibility job. But yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe that's had something to do with it. Maybe like her job, maybe her employers didn't want her to get. I don't read the 5th email. Fuck. I was probably just Pritchard emailing me.
The 5th email. It looked like you were scrolled all the way down, but yeah.
No, it said 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I saw that it said that. I just couldn't see any more.
Yeah, you have to mouse over it and then scroll down where it says 4 out of 5 and all that. Or just above where it says 4 out of 5.
Computers.
Yeah, that actually does mess me up in a side quest in the 2nd or 3rd time. The 3rd time you visit Hangsha. There's a side quest where you need to read all this information on this computer, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I've read all the information, and I actually had to Google how to solve the side quest, and it's just like, oh yeah, there's a 5th email, scroll down. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And we've just skimmed over that line you loved so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you say it.
Pritchard said, basically, Jensen said, tell me if you come up with anything. Pritchard said, I'm pretty sure you meant when. Jensen said, pretty sure I didn't.
Yeah, I just love that line. It's just so good because it's such a nice comeback. It's like, pretty sure I didn't. Like, oh, snap.
How can you say that? I saw the
Jensen going
Oh,
ham.
that's right. And then we started talking about, oh god, this is becoming commentary on our commentary.
I know that, Adam.
And what else did we start talking
talked
about?
how the how bromance is evolving from grudges in video games has been done previously in a number of games, but one of them being the original Assassin's Creed between Altair and Malik.
Yep, and that Malik is actually unrelated to the Malik in this game. Although it makes sense that both would be named Malik because I believe the first Assassin's Creed is set somewhere, Malik is an Arabic name,
Malik
so
is set up in Jerusalem.
Industries was about to
He's
begin
your
the
go-to guy there, and then
Yeah,
there's
so
Al Masyaf, which I'm not
it's-
sure is a real place, but
I think I'm gonna Google that.
scary that can be to some people.
Yeah, but Malik is an Arabic name, so it makes sense, like a Jerusalem place would have it, I guess.
But you're
yeah.
right. There are people out there who don't exactly
Wait, what am I googling for? Masyaf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Masyaf. Yeah, it's not Al Masyaf, it's just Masyaf, isn't it?
Masyaf.
Farida's prepping
Arabic
thinking of Al
is a
Mualim.
city in Syria. Yeah.
Syria, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense, because you go to Damascus, which is also in Syria,
Yeah.
in the game, so yeah, it's probably real. Probably didn't have that big old assassin temple at the top, but...
Actually, it doesn't. It kind
Or
of
maybe
looks
it
like
did.
it
Ubisoft
kind of looks like it. It has a big temple at the top. I'll link you.
Maybe, yeah, I guess Ubisoft do a lot of location research, so maybe it just does look like that, or did
Yeah.
look like that.
Yeah, I sent you on Steam. I'll put it in the description for people who want to know, or just go to the Wikipedia page for Masyaf. There's
Yep.
the image. Yeah, and well, people did say like when they went to Rome, after playing like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and all that.
I've been to Rome since playing it. It's like I recognize the layout. It's crazy.
You're like, hey, I climbed that before.
Yeah. There weren't as many convenient handholds.
So what you're telling me is you started you had that what was it called? The bleeding effect?
Bleeding effect. That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
You were suffering from the bleeding effect.
Sure.
That actually happens to Desmond a few times, like when he revisits like the villa where Ezio is, and in I think Revelate at the start of in Brotherhood, like he sees Ezio running around, and like that's sort of kind of not really, but sort of what happened to you.
That never happens in Assassin's Creed 3. Like the bleeding effect does not happen at all.
Well, it does happen to that other lad, that guy
That's
who's
true.
pointless.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
can't
he's
control the
fucking
bleeding
ancestors.
effect,
Yeah.
but
Cross.
Desmond seems to have gotten control of it.
So now we're entering China, Hengsha,
Yep.
and this is what we were talking about how classism is kind of a prevalent theme in this, and like social divides, and this is a very obvious physical metaphor for that.
Yep.
Because
You got the
yeah,
you got like the
they
high
get
rollers
shown from
were
a great
at
height
the top.
in the lower city. Yeah.
Yeah. The upper class city is literally an upper city.
Yep. They were like, they didn't even like living at the same altitude as the people who were poorer than them. So they built a city on top of their city, and now they don't get sunlight.
I wonder how long
That's
it
like-
took to build something like this.
That is such a colossal dick move. It's amazing.
It is. But I guess it sort of makes sense. Sort of makes sense. Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
China is
'Cause
very
apartments solve,
overpopulated.
like- yeah. Apartments solve like living space issues. So why not have cities apartment style, where it's just like tower blocks of cities?
And you know that this whole idea of like cities being built on top of cities has been explored before, and it does seem like it probably would be likely. I know, like even like Futurama has done it. You know, like there's New York, which was built upon old New York and stuff like that. And so it is like isn't that uncommon to see in the future sort of stuff. So
They
it's
don't live
probably
in
going to
the
happen.
underground bits. Oh, to be fair, this is Futurama anyway, so yeah. No, but it did happen in Futurama, so it is going to happen. That's true.
Yep, that's true. That's how it works. They actually have psychics writing for Futurama. So yeah. Although Deus Ex Human Revolution has actually predicted some stuff like already. Like there was this runner who has like these who lost his legs, and he got like replacement legs. Like this is in real life, by the way. And then he started applying for like an Olympic license or whatever, like so he could like run in the Olympics. And they say that would happen in Deus Ex Human Revolution, and it's happened. Like there's this guy who has like his like the same guy. It actually like really happened, like 1-to-1. Like fuck, predictions are cool.
What do you mean?
There's also that thing about a singer in the charts who's got like an augmented voice box or something to do with their lungs or throat or something. They're augmented and it helps them sing better. But I think it was like necessary for them to have that augment or have an augment. So yeah.
Yeah. There was also another one in Deus Ex where they say like the Twin Towers are going to get blown up by a terrorist attack, and that happened. Just in case you didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, it did not.
Yeah, the Twin Towers have actually been destroyed.
Well, oh no, wait, no, I meant I didn't know it happened in Deus Ex.
No, yeah, I was making a joke. Never mind. But that did actually happen in Deus Ex. Like it was made before, like the Twin Towers thing.
Yeah, well, I would assume you can't have retroactive predictions.
Yeah, that's not exactly that special. It's like, hey, I predicted something that happened in the past. Isn't that cool?
You might be able to convince him to reveal the place.
But yeah, that's pretty cool how that sort of stuff happens, and apparently Deus Ex has actually been pretty accurate with a few of its predictions, and it's scary as hell. Oh, Warren Spector was the name of the guy who made Thief 3 and Deus Ex. I finally remembered his name.
Okay.
Okay, on to the next part, shall we?
Let's.